What's good, YouTube? Dragonman24 here, welcoming you back to another episode of our Let's Play of Fire Emblem Three Houses on the Golden Deer route. We were picking up right where we left off. We were jumping into chapter 15 today. Oh boy, we're about 3/4 of the way through this game by now. We're getting there, man. We're getting there.
Part 2, Verdant Wind.
Whew.
Pegasus Moon. Valley of Torment. Having repelled the Imperial Vanguard, the Alliance Army requests reinforcements from Judith, head of House Daphno, the governing body in the northwestern regions of Alliance territory.
Okay. That was short and concise, I guess. Oh boy. So I think my plan for today is to get through some of these conversations, man, because we have a lot of support conversations that need to be had. I know that we have some that we can do in the monastery, so we're going to take care of those when we explore. And then we'll take care of some afterwards as well. First of the month.
What? Not enough left for seconds? I'm barely half full!
You eat too much anyways, Raphael. Supplies are running low, so you're just gonna have to deal with it.
You've always been so level-headed, Cyril. Now that you've grown up, you're even more that way.
Maybe it's just that the rest of you haven't grown enough. You could work harder at being reliable.
I
Wow.
can't grow if I can't eat.
This is very true.
I have some good news for my hungry friends. We got a reply from Judith. Mr. Leaderman has called a meeting about it. Hurry up, everyone.
We finally received a reply from Judith. The hero of Daphne has agreed to support us with soldiers and supplies.
She's gonna give us food? She really is a hero.
Maybe Raphael will simmer down now.
Now, regarding where we're going to receive the delivery,
As this is a request from none other than the leader of the Alliance, I wish that I could send troops at once. However, openly marshaling soldiers within my territory could provoke other members of the Alliance. Therefore, I will secretly gather troops in Aelel, the Valley of Torment. Will your group be able to receive the soldiers at this location? From there, it should be safe to return to the monastery by following the border between the Alliance and the Kingdom.
Aelel, the Valley of Torment.
Aelel is on the border between Daphne territory and the Kingdom. It'll make sense when we get there, but it's a peculiar region.
I recall there being a scary legend about it.
In any case, if we use that valley, we shouldn't have to worry about being noticed by other Alliance lords.
Aelel, the Valley of Torment.
Oh no. We have a spy among us. We do have a birthday. It's Hilda's birthday! Oh, we'll host a tea party for Hilda. It can never hurt to get her charm increased. Let's go with Almyra and Pine Needles.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. Oh, wow, thanks.
She is such a lady. Look at her.
This is
Wow.
lovely.
Like, actually, wow.
Yep.
Exploring the monastery, plans for the future, plans for the future.
Wow.
I feel like I know Hilda pretty well.
Huh?
Your research, a place you'd like to visit, or a place you'd like to visit. Yeah. That just felt like the right thing to do.
Huh?
A dinner invitation, the opera, equipment, a dinner invitation. Yeah. You got anything else to say to us?
My mind keeps drifting today.
That feels like a nod. Yeah, look at me. There we go, perfect tea time. Sure, I'll give you a gift. As a matter of fact, let's give you enough gifts to raise your motivation,
You're sweet.
so we don't have to worry about that.
I love it.
Blue
You're
cheese.
sweet.
Alright.
thanks for the tea. I hope you'll invite me again.
Whoa, the close-up. That was successful. We didn't get a charm increase for that? Oh, that's a bummer. It's Hanneman's birthday. We'll give the man flowers. Alright, so we have a ton of support conversations to do. Holy dude. Let's talk to Marianne.
Dear Goddess, I ask for guidance. Professor, you're always watching over me, aren't you?
Of course.
I've spent my entire life avoiding people. Speaking to others was so difficult for me, so I made a point to always be alone. Animals and the goddess were the only ones I could really open up to. Do you remember the time you asked what it was I prayed for?
Thanks and protection.
Yes, but that wasn't the case. Back then, I felt that my life served no purpose, and that I was nothing more than a burden. In truth, I was begging the goddess to take me to her. That was my daily prayer. But now I fear the idea of dying and being left alone. I have friends who accept me for who I am now, in spite of my crest. And I have you watching over me. I finally learned to accept the kindness and warmth of others. It's because of you, Professor. Because of you, I've decided to live. I'm sorry to have worried you, but I'm all right now. Even if I'm separated from you or any of my friends, the memories I've made here will give me the strength to continue on.
You should look to the future instead of the past. This is some... From now on, we'll look to the future. Together.
Oh, I'm sure I'll have the strength to move forward if we're together.
That was like some real character growth. Oh my god, Claude is about to like max out with so many people. Well, we'll start with Lorenz.
The earth nurtures the trees, and the trees bear fruit. It's the earth itself that gives us all life. Oh, Fodlan, land of plenty, bless us with the gift of delicious food.
The man's a poet.
Oh, it's just you, Lawrence.
I was disturbed by your ridiculous blather. Must you recite it quite so loudly? And can you even call that nonsense poetry when it is utterly ignorant of rhyme and meter?
Ouch! You don't hold back, do you? I didn't know you were so particular about poetry. Ha! Maybe you have a secret poetry collection of your own hidden somewhere.
That's absurd. Where did you hear that?
Got called out.
What was that poem about? It seemed to me that you were praising the land. But is it not the goddess who nurtures the land? Should your praise not go to her instead?
Of course you zero in on that detail. You really are a Fodlan noble through and through.
Certainly. Aren't you?
I'm not quite the same, no. Though noble blood flows within me, it can't change who I am at heart.
Pardon? I think you had best clarify.
Listen, Lawrence, you had ambitions of becoming the Alliance's ruler, didn't you? Would you like to try that for real? If you really want it, I wouldn't mind giving up my position.
What's this all of a sudden? That is not an offer to be made in jest.
I'm not joking around. I have been thinking it for a while now. I originally thought you were like a fox drawn in by the deer of the Alliance. But I was wrong. You're no thoughtless predator. You're trying to properly train the deer around you. Isn't that right?
That is my intention. But the ambition is insufficient. To rule well, a certain temperament is required. When we first met, I mistrusted you a great deal, and on my father's advice, I observed you closely. That is why I can say this for certain. You possess the qualities necessary to govern.
A compliment? From you? That's about as rare as a deer standing on its hind legs and doing a jig.
Merely a statement of fact, one that is quite relevant to the future of the Alliance.
The future of the Alliance, huh? You really are devoted to your cause.
Depending on your actions, I may yet see fit to seize your position for myself. Bear that in mind.
I welcome the idea. It means I can feel safe vanishing whenever I see fit.
Wow.
Do not tell me you intend to die in this conflict. You cannot shape the future if you do not live to see it.
Ha! First you compliment me, and now you're worrying about me? What have you done with the real Lawrence? No, I'm not going to die. I'm tougher than I look. Besides, this war isn't just for the Alliance anymore. It's going to decide the fate of all Fodlan. It would be cruel to leave you with the burden of uniting all of Fodlan by yourself, don't you think?
Burden? Please. If there were none other suitable, I would gladly become a king. Or even an emperor.
Well, well. I guess I shouldn't take Lawrence of the famous House Gloucester so lightly. Really, though. Don't you go dying on me either, Lawrence. We're going to need men like you in the age to come.
The same to you, Claude. A world without you would be ever so dull.
Oh, that warmed my soul. That actually warmed my soul. Claude, we're getting you to, like, your entire class about to be your best friend right now. It's happening.
Strategically speaking, if I poised an archer to lie in wait here, and then lured the enemy in over here...
Lysithea, are you up late studying again?
I am, but I don't see how it's any of your business.
Look, you don't need to work yourself so hard. You're already as skilled as they come. There aren't many people out there who can match you. Everyone knows that.
I apologize for my sharpness. I just feel pressured.
Why would you, of all people, feel pressured?
I place a lot of personal pressure on myself. I need to become as strong as possible to put my parents at ease.
When I met with Count Ordelia before, he said you were his pride and joy. But he also said his only concern was that you might be pushing yourself too hard. If you really want to make your parents happy, surely you should start by taking care of yourself.
That's true.
Then it's settled. Get some rest. Save your energy for tomorrow's battle.
You really are very mature, Claude, despite the impression you give off. And I clearly have plenty of growing to do. I probably don't have much room to come down on you for harping on me.
Oh, really? Does that mean you won't get mad if I treat you like a child from now on?
That is absolutely not what I said. Just after you finally earned a small degree of respect from me, too.
Hey, just think about it for a second. You're the only one in the world I treat like this. That means you're a pretty special person to me.
You think I'm special?
Take it however you like. Or maybe the thought is too much for a kiddo like you.
Oh, wow.
How dare you?
Yikes.
Yeah, don't do anything you might regret. I don't want to be turned to dust.
I'm feeling generous, so I'll let you off easy this one time.
Well, that's good of you.
I don't want to be turned to dust.
Aside, go get yourself some shut-eye, okay? After all, if you don't hurry up, the boogeyman might come out and eat you.
All right, buddy, you asked for it.
Claude and Marianne.
Oh, do you have an itch back there? I guess you can't scratch it on your own, can you?
Hi, Marianne.
Oh, Claude, it's just you.
Sorry, I know you're in the middle of an important discussion with Dorte, but could I talk to you?
About what?
It's about this thing you think you're burdened with. I've tried to guess what it is.
Please don't. This is making me a little uncomfortable.
There's no reason to feel uncomfortable. It's not like I plan on saying it aloud. But if my guess is correct, there's something I want to tell you. Will you hear me out?
Fine, I will listen.
Once upon a time, in a faraway place.
What the... Are you telling me a story?
Just listen. Once upon a time, in a faraway place, there was a young boy. This boy came from a despised lineage. In short, his mother was a daughter of the enemy. So the young boy was treated horribly by everyone around him. He hadn't done anything wrong.
He's telling his
Everyone
own
hated
story.
him simply for existing. Yelling, fighting back, explaining himself. Nothing he did could change his situation. When he was finally old enough, he ran far away from home. He escaped.
It sounds to me like he had no choice. I would have done the same had it been me.
Thing is, after he ran away, he still found himself in the very same position. People in the outside world hated him for where he came from.
Well, now that's...
The boy thought he had no place to go. All he could do was destroy the boundary between the inside and the outside worlds.
Destroy the boundaries?
Right. If there was no outside and inside, just one side to share, then the people outside wouldn't have a reason to hate him anymore, right? It wouldn't be easy, but if he managed it, he could shrug off that burden. The point is, people are born with burdens to carry. That much is undeniable. But whether they bind us or we cast them aside, that's up to us. So I think you should try to cast yours aside, Marianne. Put that heavy burden down. It's time.
But I don't know if I can do it.
It's okay. I'm here for you. We're the same, and I can help you.
The same? Claude, we have nothing in common.
Hey, did you see that, Dorte? Your friend just smiled at me.
Thank you for sharing your story. I suppose I could try casting aside burden, as you say. We can try together.
Let's do that. And when we're free, we can change the whole world.
Guys, I'm like... it's breaking my heart a little bit, not gonna lie. Oh, Claude and Hilda.
I feel like I'm drowning in responsibilities. Claude, take my mind off it all. Regale me with another of your weird childhood stories.
Okay then. How about an old story from a foreign land that my dad told me when I was a kid? Once upon a time, there was a white camel that got separated from his herd.
Oh, we don't get to hear it? Okay.
I'm so happy for that white camel. I really thought he was gonna die.
I really thought I was gonna hear the story.
Was that story really worth bawling your eyes out over?
It was wonderful. Don't you know how moving that story is?
You know, I never thought much of it until today. But seeing you bawling like that, I do appreciate it a little more now.
What's that mean?
Well, you're always fake crying, aren't you? Getting all misty-eyed to make people think you're a delicate flower?
What? You're awful. I only cry when I'm sad.
Claim what you like, but I can spot real tears from fake tears any day of the week. Fess up.
If you understand me so well, maybe it's because you're no different.
How's that?
When you smile or laugh, it's not sincere. I can tell. I've only seen you genuinely smile a handful of times. Like when you're talking to the professor.
Wow, good one, Hilda. You hit me right in the gut. I guess you're right. I'm not so different from you in that way. But how did you come to realize that? Have you been watching me that closely?
I'm afraid so. My eyes seem to wander toward you of their own accord. What? Hold on. Forget I said that.
She likes
I didn't
him.
say that.
Nope, no can do. Forgetting isn't something this crafty brain of mine is capable of. Besides, my eyes have a tendency to wander in your direction too.
Oh.
How else do you think I found out about your fake crying?
Huh? What are you getting at?
Say, Hilda, once everything's settled down...
Oh, they belong together. Oh, I kind of feel bad that I'm making Byleth get with him.
Besides, you've opened up to me quite a bit, but I still haven't let you in on my own secrets. If you meet my parents, I think you'll understand, though it might come as a bit of a surprise.
Your family? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
Well then, if neither of us changes our minds before the opportunity presents itself, let's agree to go visit my home together.
Although, if it's a long journey, my brother might not be too happy.
True, that might be a tough nut to crack. as tough as Fodlan's locket.
I think this is the last one for Claude, yeah.
Well, we've got another battle coming up. What do you think of our chances?
Winning is always the goal. At any rate, I've done everything I can to prepare.
That's the right attitude. I'm sure they're doing all they can on their side, too.
I don't doubt it, but however strong they are, it's no more than a Fodlan concern. Who knows how far this world extends beyond the boundaries of Fodlan? Talk of strength or weakness doesn't amount to much when it's only in relation to a tiny corner of the world.
Guess you're right. Thinking about it like that, even this war seems like a storm in a teacup.
Exactly. It's nothing more than an internal quarrel amongst the people of Fodlan.
Typical laid-back.
I love
Claude.
Leonie's hair. Oh, the side
always
ponytail
like
is
talking to
great.
you. Your perspective on the world is so refreshing. Things I thought were obvious turn out not to be.
The way you think, that changes the way you see things. Common sense never tells the whole story. It's similar to what we were talking about before, about how you need to doubt yourself first.
True enough, but where did you get these ideas? That perspective of looking past the walls of Fodlan, when it's all we can see in front of us.
Do you really want to know?
I do.
But I'm afraid now isn't the time. When this war is won, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be easier for me to show you than to tell you.
Show me. Are we going somewhere?
It's quite a distance. You'll start to appreciate how big the world is if you go.
Sounds eye-opening. I'll look forward to it. Can we call it a promise?
Yes, it's a promise. But first, let's win this war and leave it far behind us.
Okay, Claude is getting close with absolutely everyone. He's almost done, actually. I want to work on these last 3 relationships with him. I guess for this, we can go ahead and do Lysithia and Ignatz. We still got some time.
Oh, Lysithia. Something I can do for you?
Can you help me out with my shopping?
Yes, of course. You need me to carry stuff?
Actually, can you pick up some tea for me? I'd do it, but I'm drowning in work.
You're so busy you can't go shopping. Okay. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
I'm not too picky. I just like having it around, really. Whatever's cheapest works for me. Here's some money.
One question. Why me? You don't really need my help for this.
I just thought I could lean on you a bit. You know, rather than trying to do everything on my own.
Right, I see. Well, good. I'm glad you decided to approach me. But for this particular task, you might be better off doing it yourself.
Oh?
There are so many different kinds of tea, and I'm not very discerning. What if I get you one you don't like? When I do my own shopping, I pick a tea at random. Otherwise, I'd be paralyzed by all the choices. It's the same with food. Sometimes I stare and stare at the options and never decide.
I'm exactly like that. This man's an
You were
artist.
doing just fine when you went to get groceries the other day.
This man's an artist. I'm
I really
exactly
had
like
to
that.
push
Let me
myself to
stop.
do that alone. I don't think I can do that. Sorry.
Uh-huh. So, you've stopped trying to do things on your own, then?
Yeah.
Bro,
Still,
I will stare at the pantry or
today,
the fridge
how about you have
for
some of my tea?
hours.
If that'll do.
Sounds nice, sure. Do you mind brewing mine while you're at it?
Okay. Though I can't do it as skillfully as Lawrence, I'm afraid. I'll get it ready right away. Feel free to start focusing on your work. What?
I mean, you seem plenty reliable to me.
I do. Really? How so?
You're fun, you're easy to be around, and you rarely complain when you help others.
Well, I'm just pouring you some tea. I'm not sure that qualifies as help.
It's not easy for me to rely on people, but with you, it's different.
Oh, she's opening up.
Well, there aren't many things I can do, frankly. What I can do, I will do. So if you need anything, ask me, and I'll try to help.
You really are unreliable, as it turns out. Guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
What? That just went like 180. Excuse me? Lawrence has a few too many. Ignatz has a few too many. Marianne has a few too many. Oh my god, Marianne could have her own episode. Oh my god, there are so many support conversations. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and sort out some of these support conversations off screen because we don't actually need to see every single one of them. Like some of the church units, we don't need to see those because we saw them in the church playthrough. But anyways, with that, it's a little bit early, so why don't we go ahead and jump into the exploration since we're here. Undercover commerce.
Can you help me?
Okay, to the marketplace now. How are we doing on renown? I think it's getting to be that time that we, invest in the statues again. Although then again, I think we just used it.
Hey, how about a favor?
Alright. Let's see. Let's go to the sauna no, let's go up here first. Let's go grab whatever this is. We need to get our professor level up, man. It's ridiculous that we're still only at B. I find that hard to believe. Let's go to the sauna. This should be on a secret thingy. And since we're here, we might as well talk to the sauna boss. We'll start with Claude. Because we do want... oh, you know what? We should also do Alois. I need Alois to become a great knight. We'll increase the steam. Okay. These two progress at about the same rate. Let's increase the steam one more time. Increase the steam one last time. Looks like that guy over there is not having a good time, bro. I think... let's just leave. I was gonna keep going, but whatever. Ah, man. We could get more support points, man. Let's go with Alois, like I said, because I need him to really work on his lance and riding, because we're gonna make him a great knight. Just like Geralt before him. At least I think Geralt was a great knight. Just makes sense. Oh my god, Alois can't take the heat. He really can't take the heat. Oh, we could actually stay just a little bit longer. I don't know if the I don't know if the buff stacks for Byleth, but that's fine. We can also put some time into Lysithea, although she's pretty good as is. Who needs improvement? Lawrence, I think, is good. Actually, Marianne. Let's go with Marianne for the last sauna. Increase the steam to start off. Oh my god, she really can't take the heat. One more. Stay longer. And that should be good. That's gonna be it for the sauna. With that, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up here. We will pick up in the next episode right here. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.